Do I need the microphone? Try without. I want to thank everyone for coming. I really appreciate it. It means a lot for me. It's really like, and it means a lot for me to be here. I'll do most of the thank yous in the end, but I just want to open with a big thank you for the yeshiva, for supporting me and giving me the house and the whole place to do it and whatever I needed. So I just want to open with thank you for this and really helped me put this evening together. I've been through some very special months. Until 4 months ago, Toronto was only a faraway memory and mostly a tale. I heard so many stories and memories that most of them I know more from my parents than I remember them myself. I think that the 4 years spent here in Canada as a family shaped our personal lives and our family in so many ways. So many inside jokes, stories, family expressions, and experience that even Racheli, my youngest sister, that was born after we returned to Israel, knows. And all of a sudden, in a couple of months, I'm here for the second time. First time this summer with almost my whole family, with my dad. And the second time now with the Shaliach. All of a sudden, the stories become reality, and the words have a grab in the real world. I'm feeling a connection to parts of me I didn't know. And parts I didn't know in my Abba. To see and understand where he davened, taught, the kind of people he met, and what's the whole atmosphere and the whole place he lived in. It's been 16 years since we left Toronto, 17th year since we left Toronto, and we weren't sure how much people here remembered us, or how much of our influence in the 4 years that we were here is left. But since I got here and getting vibes and signs, the people remember, and the delight that Abba led here is far from disappearing. This night, right here, is another sign that Yaakov Avinu Romet. Yaakov Avinu isn't dead. Because as long as his good deeds, his personality is mentioned and keeps spreading goodness, so tzadikim b'mitatam kuim chayim. Righteous in their death are called living. Chach Ba'aretz. Chach Ba'aretz was a term that I always felt a strong connection to. To those of you who aren't familiar with this term, Chach Ba'aretz is a North American Bnei Akiva camp between grade 10 and 11, which takes place in Israel. The tale I always heard was that Abba started Chach Ba'aretz here in Toronto. But I did not really know what exactly happened and if this claim is really true. So last week I asked my mom to help me find out the story, and she contacted Danny Hirschtel, who was the Bnei Akiva of Toronto in these years. So it turns out that my father didn't really start art here, but there were a couple of years that the program didn't really go really well in Toronto because of the expensive cost, but mainly because it didn't have such a good reputation. In these years, my father was the Bnei Akiva Rav for his 2 last years here in Toronto. He was the Rav Bnei Akiva. But Bnei Akiva Olami decided to improve the program and appointed a new person in the head of the program who tried to do some changes, and among them, he also tried to recruit more kids from Toronto. He offered a small discount, but the parents from Toronto wanted separate buses for boys and girls, even though Bnei Akiva was, by principle, in favor of a co-ed program. In the Bnei Akiva Congress, my dad gave a speech about what is important and unimportant, about the need for a list of priorities, and if what is needed right now in order to get the kids to come to Israel are separate buses, so it's worth sacrificing the co-ed education principle. I think there's something that really characterized my father. my father's educational way. Getting to the guys sometimes requires going outside of your comfort zone. Because education is, first of all, the ability to approach the kids. And you need to do whatever it takes. And really, Bnei Akiva agreed, and they started the Amcha Chesder, which included separate buses. Chach Ba'aretz is a word that evokes really pleasant memories in our family. A couple of years after we came back to Israel, Abba was a rabbi in Chach Chesder in Israel for a couple of years, which meant that for 2 weeks each summer, he would teach kids in a yeshiva. 1 week was in Gush Etzion, that's of course really close to home, it was really convenient. However, on the second week, it was in Chispin, in the Golan. So we would drive the whole family to the Golan. My dad would teach in the morning, and afternoon we would take the car, travel the whole Golan, and go to trips, and go along in some of the best memories we have together. And really, these summers meant a lot to us, and they were really, really good summers. In one of those camps in the summer was a young Madrich, a special guy. Today's Rav Yaakov Don. I have the enormous privilege to work with him this year, here in Or Chaim. When I just thought of the idea of putting this evening together, I brought it up before Rav Yaakov, and he right away pushed me and put this evening together, so thank you for that. We'll do a short song now, try maybe to sing together, and then afterwards Rav Yaakov will do a Torah and a Siyum.